welcome. This video is called Secrets to Selling in the DMs. Those are DMs stands for direct messages to the money. This falls under the topic of social selling. So, selling in the DMs, you can do it on just about any platform. Okay, so this can be for Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Entry, which is a new one, Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, whatever social platforms you're on, whatever messenger, WhatsApp, email, all of these ideas and concepts pretty much work. First thing that we are going to focus on for you and making money in the DMs is first, I want to teach you how to not only get sales from you reaching out to people, but the first thing I want to teach you is actually how to have clients reach out to you so that you are actually attracting the customers that you want. So you are attracting the clients that you want. So you are attracting people to buy your product instead of you going out and not quite making the impact that you want to have. Okay, so this is how to have people actually send you direct messages, a couple times a week. The goal is to get at least 10 people coming to you ready to buy that are qualified a week. How we do that is we create a profile magnet. All right, you're going to see this in my other video, but you have to make your profile look good. And when I say profile, your main account, okay, it has to look like a professional account, has to clearly articulate what it is you do and what you can offer your customer and how they can buy from you. Okay, those are the big main things, right? But this is just a list of the to-dos, okay, to make your profile look good. And if you're going to work with me or work for my company, if that's why you're watching this, I really, really would like you to do this. And if you don't feel comfortable selling with your profile because your family or people from your town are on there, just make a new fucking account, okay? It doesn't matter. People get all worried about what their friends and family are going to say on their Facebook. Nobody fucking cares. Make another account, make it your professional account, and then you can talk about, cat memes and whatever else on your other account. Make a professional account, make it look good, make it clear, make it so simple that even a caveman would understand what it is you sell and what you can do for your clients, okay? And then you're going to have, so you have your cover photo, and you have your your main photo. In the cover photo, it has to clearly say who you are and have a link for your call to action. Okay, I'm going to read this off and then we'll go look at one. You have to have a clear explanation of what you do and what you offer. All right, you only have one, maybe two links on your page. Whatever the next step in your funnel is, that's what the link has to be. Okay, so if it's book a call, boom, you should have the book a call. If it's join your Facebook group, boom, join your Facebook group. If it's watch your YouTube channel, boom, do that. If it's buy your product, boom, do that. You only have one link though. And that's going to really separate you. And that's going to clearly explain who you are, what you do for people, and why people should buy from you. You got to have a professional looking photo. And this goes for all platforms. He's the guy that sets it. So he's got his little fancy pants glasses on. Dude's a smart dude. Okay, start a coaching business, get first clients and become free, even if you don't feel like an expert. He's got his website, he's got his branding, got his fancy looking picture. This is a great header profile. This tells you what he does. He helps coaching people get their first clients, become free, whatever that means, right? Basically, he's got his name, he's got, what he does. Here's the intro. I build and scale 6 to 7 figure online coaching consulting agencies. He has two links. Okay, so he has his Facebook group and he has his Instagram. So apparently he likes fucking his Instagram. So he wants people to go there. All of his pictures look pretty professional. And he has something about California. And then that's pretty much all you got to do. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy. But this is way different than what most people have on their profile. They usually have some bullshit scenery picture. They don't say anything about what they do. The reason we do this is because human beings are very simple people. Okay, we see things and we put them into two categories. I like this or I don't like this. Or this will help me survive, this won't help me survive. Okay, so if your call to action doesn't tell them why you're going to help people survive, then you need to work on your profile. But you click my cover photo, boom, we got a link for the Facebook group. You can do this too. So you just update it and then you comment on it and you put a link to your Facebook photo. And that's going to drive traffic there. Okay. And the next thing we're going to do is you'll have an intro, business advisor, $1 million problem solver. And if you want more customers, I'd like to help. Boom. I'm telling people, I'll help you get more customers. I solve problems, blah, blah, blah. I'm a business advisor. The one link that I have here, Facebook group. Boom. Facebook group. Kind of a picture of me looking like a tool. Okay. That's all you got to do, though. Not super complicated. Do take some time to actually write some copy. But I just wanted to basically let you know what it is I'm talking about when I say make your profile into a magnet. Okay, that's very, very important, especially for what we're going to be doing next. Okay. Now that your profile is set up to literally grab your client's attention, what you're going to do is you're going to post every day. Just one post, okay? You just do it in the morning, get it done with. Doesn't have to be long, okay? And it's just create one post every morning sharing something that you have learned and a link to your call to action. Now, the reason we do this is that people will start connecting us and associating us with our offer and with what we do. If you don't have to share crazy stuff, you just have to share what you're learning. You just have to share about your experience. People like that stuff. Okay, and you can post normally throughout the day, but you need at least one post every day that has what you're doing and a call to action. Okay, so that way when you're doing all this other stuff, you're going live, you're posting content, you're starting conversations, when people come back and they look at your profile, boom, they're going to see what you do in the cover, they're going to see what you do in the intro, they're going to see the links that you have, they're going to see that you are actively doing this thing today. And it's going to resonate in their mind, and they're going to make that connection, and you're going to start taking up space in their mind about who you are and what you do. Okay, so you got to post this one time every day, and you got to share what you've learned, and you got to stay consistent. Okay, so you make your profile magnet. You're posting every day, sharing a story. Again, it doesn't have to be complicated, and it should be true. It should be whatever your goal is, whatever you're going through today. It can be a family thing, it can be whatever, and then you have your call to action, whatever that is for your business. Okay, post value. All right, and then next, now that we have our profile set up and we're making one post on our main profile every day, this is how to have people reach out to you, how you can basically attract clients. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is you got to identify who your customer is. Okay, this is not the video of how to create a customer avatar. You should already have an idea of who they are. If you have no idea who your customer is, or if they don't have a Facebook group, or if you sell locally, then you just need to join local Facebook groups. That's totally fine. Just be like buy, sell, and trade, whatever. Okay, but you want to join a bunch of these Facebook groups. Okay, so identify who your customer is. They're already pooled up in these groups all over. You just have to join the free ones. Just hop in there, get a fake email account or get a real email account. If it actually is someone in your competition, then you can steal what they're emailing people. Next, post 5 valuable pieces of content, and not in the same group, but in different groups. Okay, and you can just find one every day and just blast it into a bunch of groups. But if your customer is in those groups, they're going to kind of see that you're spamming all the groups with the same question. All right. A lot of times though, that's fine because they're not in all the same groups. But bonus, if you copy and paste it, or you mix it up a little bit, or you change the colors or the wording just a little bit, just to make it different. Okay. And value is really what's going to change the needle. Because if you're in a Facebook group about something and somebody just drops a massive value bomb, you're going to read it, you're going to engage, you might even click on the profile, and then when they go to your profile, they're going to see what you do, they're going to see your call to action, and they're going to see how to buy from you. And that's what you want. And if you do this every single day, you're basically creating a flywheel mechanism, and people are going to start coming to you, and they're going to start asking you questions, and they're going to start sending you messages saying, hey, I'd like some help with this, okay? And then you can also do 5 pieces of engaging content. Okay, so value first, but also engaging is good. And you can do this every day. There's tons of groups that you're in, and you can literally go to Twitter. You can go to Twitter, go to LinkedIn, go to Google, go to Reddit, and you can look up your niche, and you can look up pieces of content that have already done really well on other platforms. Just copy that and blast it in some Facebook groups and start some conversations. And then whenever you start a conversation with people that are your customers and that are talking to you, you can slide in the DMs and you can start conversations, okay? But it also works the other way, where you're adding value, you're adding engagement, you're starting conversations. You don't even care about selling them right now. You're just trying to build relationships, because the more customers, the more clients, the more people you talk to, the more money you're going to make. The more people are going to know you exist. Okay? So that's really big. That's why we're doing this. So make your profile into a customer magnet. Post one post every day, basically telling about your business, telling about what you're going through, telling about your journey. Start posting in all these different Facebook groups, every day. Try and do it every day. And it's just literally copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. Or it's literally just go to Twitter, type in whatever your keywords are, look for pieces of content that have done really well, copy it, switch the words around a little bit or whatever, copy it onto Facebook. Blast it into these groups, start some conversation, and start engaging with these people. You can also, take quotes. Just Google quotes in your niche, and you'll find a whole bunch of shit that you can just blast out there and start some conversations. All right. The reasons we do this, people will see your profile, might click your call to action. You can get messages, and you can start to message everybody who even just likes your post. Be like, hey, I saw you liked my post and the coaching stuff. How's your coaching business going? Hey, I saw you liked my post and the roofing, business thing. How's your roofing company going? Blah, 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 blah. And it just builds good relationships. Okay. So you just start getting out there, you start engaging. All right. Also, if you find something that works really well, let's say you find a post that does really well, you want to save that in a swipe file. And then you can just post it again in a couple weeks. Nobody's going to remember. Nobody fucking cares. So you just find ones that are really good. And then you can also tweak them a little bit to maybe make them see if they get more engagement. And then you can just copy and paste that. And a swipe file is just a file or like just a file somewhere that you have on your computer or on your phone that you can just basically, keep track of and save stuff and then use them again later. Okay. So that's a really good way. And then once you get like 100 of these, you're done. You basically just recycle and you go through and you just blast out to new Facebook groups and start new conversations. All right. And you add value. And this is really, again, this is a flywheel. You just do a little bit of this every day and you'll literally have customers reaching out to you, asking you questions instead of you cold DMing people, blah, blah, blah. All right. And then what happens when you're actually, talking to these people? What do? Okay. So the main problem that we have is most people are selling. They are selling, and they're just fucking spamming the bejesus out of people. Nobody likes to be spammed or treated like a robot. It's not gonna get your customer to engage with you, and it's not gonna do it. So instead of selling, we need to start learning and start engaging. Okay, so get chatty, talk to everyone that likes or comments on your post. And also just look for your perfect clients. If your perfect client is in a group, just send them a message. But more likely than not, anybody who starts commenting on your post, talk to them. Okay? Because when people start engaging on your posts, the Facebook algorithm will share it with more people. Also, always use that little heart emoji, not the thumbs up. Okay? The thumbs up just tells Facebook stuff. The heart emoji will actually share your content with that person more often. So then if you just are hearting just about everything, don't do it on everything where it's weird, but if you do it on most things, the heart emoji, your content will start to get shown to those people more frequently because Facebook thinks that you love each other or whatever the hell the Facebook algorithm does, you know what I mean? Okay, but respond to everyone. Even if the convo is dead, drop a meme, okay? Because it's just going to pop up on their little notifications thing that you left them a message, and they're going to be like, who the fuck is this person again? Click. They go back to your profile. Your profile is a client magnet. They'll get inside your head. They know what you do. Maybe they book a call. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, stop selling, start learning, and just start engaging, all right? And then you can start sliding in the DMs and start conversations and engage with content. Very key. Okay, so this is like the holy grail and the whole mission of how we're going to sell in the DMs. So that first part was how we can actually get clients to just come to us and want to buy from us or want to learn more about what we do. And we need to, work on our copywriting so that when they do ask us what it is we do, we can clearly say without a doubt what we do and what we offer. Okay, but this is the holy grail of selling in the DMs. Number one, you're just starting conversations. Like we said before, the more conversations you have with prospects, the more conversions you will have and the more happy customers you will get. All right, number 2, give value. Okay, so like I really believe, especially if you're going to do like cold outreach, give them like a free course. Okay, give them a free PDF, and just give free value. It's a great way to start a conversation too. And then number 3 is you're going to spark curiosity. You're going to ask them questions about themselves. You're going to learn about them. You're going to find out if they have any problems, all right? And if they do have any problems, then you're going to enlighten them. You're going to say, hey, look, I've got the solution. I can probably really help you. And then you want to qualify. A big thing with DMs, like if you have closers that are on the phones, and you're an appointment setter, you want to qualify a lot. And you don't want to do it in like a sketchy way. Like if you just blast out there like, hey, do you want to make $10,000 a month? You're not going to get the right responses. You have to be kind of tactical, especially when talking about money. People are weird. But you want to basically qualify. You want to see, do they have money? Are they in the market even? Have they ever tried something like your product? Does their spouse believe in the internet? Like whatever's going on. And then you always want to push them to the call to action. Okay, push them to the call, push them to buy the product, make an offer. Okay, so this is the framework. This is the holy grail. Start a conversation, give value, spark curiosity, enlighten them, qualify, push them to the call to action. These are our goals, and these are realistic goals. All right, we're not gonna be Rambo because we'll just burn out and stop doing it. Honestly, the goal is to make this a habit and to connect with new and interesting people and not get caught up in the outcome. If you basically come into this like, oh, I got to make $1 billion today, you're going to just stress yourself out, and then you're going to drop the sell. You're going to over pitch and overhype, and you're just going to freak people out, and they're not going to buy from you. Okay? So it's better to go into this with an open mind and just start conversations. Okay? Now that being said, I also want you to know that you also want to know you're not just wasting your fucking time on the internet. You want to be growing your business. And that's why we stay in the framework and we start conversations with the goal. We are starting conversations. We'll see how they go. We don't really have like an emotional commitment to each conversation, but we have a framework and we just follow the framework. Okay. And then we're just going to create a habit of starting conversations, building relationships, and making money. So our first goal when you're doing this DM, basically making money in the DMs, is just start 10 conversations, driving them from curiosity, enlightenment to commitment. Okay. And I know those are big, grandiose words or whatever, but curiosity is just get them interested in what you do, tell them about what you do, and then ask them for a commitment. Book a call, buy my product, buy my course, buy this affiliate product. Okay. And then you want to track your results. So the first goal is just start 10 conversations. Okay. And let's just be completely honest right now. They can't punch you through the DMs. They're not going to blast or try and fight you. You can just delete them. They're not even there. They're literally just a little stupid thing on your screen. But they are a human being. Okay. But there's just nothing to be afraid of is what I'm saying. You can talk to everybody. Maybe some people will be dicks. Maybe some people will be really nice. But let me tell you this. Right now, there are customers in heat. They have the buying power. They want what you have. They're losing sleep every night because they don't have your product. And the reason we're starting these conversations is because those kind of people are out there. Okay, there's also a shitload of waste tire kickers that are out there too. And there's a whole lot of people that are also going to become your customer, but they have to take their fucking sweet ass time. Okay. But those are the reasonable expectations and the reasonable goals is number one, let's just create a habit. Let's not beat ourselves up if we don't get a sale every single day. But let's just create a habit of talking to, we'll start with 10 people and then we'll go from there. Next, we're going to get to 100 people. And I really want you to track your results. Like, it doesn't have to be like some grandiose thing. It can just be a little piece of paper where you just make like a check mark that you started another conversation. All right? And then just start 10 and do it today. The good thing about this is you can literally do this on your phone, sitting on your ass, watching Netflix or whatever the hell you're doing at night. You could be selling, making money, starting conversations with interesting people. All right, without an outcome, you're just chatting. You're just spreading the good vibes, spreading the wisdom. Okay? Then you start 100 conversations. Once you get to 100, I want you to track how many of those conversations turned into a sale. By 100, somebody should buy. Okay? Somebody has to buy. If you got to 100 convos and nobody's bought anything, you need to, improve your process and improve your habit. Okay? Maybe not buying right away, but some of those have to at least become interested in what you're offering and keep getting closer to buying your product. Okay? Every single day, every single bit, every single habit, every single conversation is inching us closer to that financial freedom. Okay, because once you start getting a shitload of deals in the DMs, then you can hire other people to start doing this for you. You can give them a cut of the profits. Okay, so that's why we're doing this. So every single conversation, just track it down. Like I said, just make a little check mark. Started 10 conversations today. Hell yeah. All right. Now, how many of those conversations did anything? Did anybody even talk to me? Did I make offers on all of them and get shut down on all of them? Did I have one person who was really interested and I'm going to talk to them tomorrow? Woohoo. And then once you get to 100, now you go to 100 combos. Once you get to 100 combos, start 100 conversations, track your results, improve your process, improve the habit, 1,000 conversations, so on and so forth. Now, this is what I would preach to anyone that I was personally going to teach, who is personally going to work for my business. This is really how you do it. Right, and this works for LinkedIn, this works for cold email, this works for Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all of it, okay? But you always want to personalize the first message, okay? Even if it's just, hey, first name. Like, put their first name in there. The sweetest sound to every human being in the world is their name. But the way that you personalize is you really want to just real quickly, literally takes, like a minute. You just click on their Facebook profile, you look at all their stuff, you look at what they got going on, you see, what their bio says, if they mention what they do for work, where they live, all this kind of stuff. And you want to just personalize the first message you send to them. Again, try and do it, because as long as you personalize stuff, people don't like being pitched to like it's robots. We all have had a billion emails from people trying to pitch us SEO links, and people trying to sell us crap. So we don't want them to feel like we're selling. We just want to feel like we're starting a conversation. And the best way to also start a conversation is to personalize the first. I think the first message should always be a text, because everything else is just too it feels sketchy. Okay, but after they reply to your first message, you can add, send them a little video or send them a little voice memo just to say, hey, I want to introduce myself. My name is Robert. Hope you're having a great day. Or just something like that. And I really like sending little videos. You can use YouTube Short. You can use YouTube Shorts. Loom is pretty cool. All those little ones. And the reason I like YouTube as opposed to like sending people a TikTok or whatever, but when you make a YouTube Short, it says, what the title of it is. So you can just make it, send it, them a YouTube Short. You can make it, secret or whatever, or delete it afterwards. But that's just a great way to connect with people and to build that connection. And the best success that I've found for starting conversations is compliments. We used to do real estate and we would, blast out 1,000 text messages a day. And we came up with a campaign that was just compliments for the first question. And compliments, everybody loves compliments. So if you go to their Facebook page, you can look at their profile and you find something that you can compliment them on, even if it's funny, like whatever it is, it's good. Be like, oh, I really like your profile, or I really like your content you're putting out. That's a good one for Instagram. It's a good one for YouTube. You can't direct message on YouTube, but you can leave comments and you can kind of stalk people. But whatever. Okay, so compliments value. So like, let's say you see that they are, in the hard flooring company and you happen to know a really good video on how to get customers for hard work flooring people. You can say, hey, I found this video. It made me think of you. I think there's some really good value in it. I hope this helps. Just a great way to start a conversation. So compliments, value, humor. One of the funny ones is you'll send somebody a dog emoji, a little emoji of the dog. And then the next line you'll say, oh, Jasper, my dog got out of my yard. Sorry, but how are you doing? So stupid. But you can just make stupid jokes and try and relate to your customer or try and make them laugh. It's a great way to break the ice. As soon as you really can get through that hard exterior that everybody kind of has, because everybody has a little barrier. They don't want to let anybody in, but if you can get them to laugh, it's a great way to start a conversation and get things going. And then stuff in common. Look at where they live. I mean, I hate small talk. I don't like, oh, how's the weather in Colorado? It just feels fucking stupid. But things like that are all right. You can sports teams are big connectors, just stuff that you can find that you have in common. All right, next is the transition, okay? So the transition is just how we go from, the starting the conversation and staying in the framework, getting us to our end goal. Whatever your call to action is at the end, the transition is from introduction, kind of small talk, into how are we going to steer this conversation so that this conversation can stay on point and focused, leading to our destination. Okay, that's kind of our goal. All right, so you want to start the convo and tactically steer the conversation. The main thing is remember that people don't like being sold, so just ask them questions and try and keep it light and try and keep them responding. You don't want to ask them too deep of a question and freak them out. But this is the information that we really want to get from them. Okay, we want to find out what are their goals. Well, first we want to find out, what are they doing for work, or what are they doing? What are they doing basically? And then we want to find out what their goals are. All right. And then we want to find out why they're not achieving their goals. You can get kind of deep with that one and kind of scare them and what's stopping them from achieving their goals. Now, that might be too deep, all right? But that's a really good one because if you can find their pain points, then you're going to be able to offer them a solution, and your solution is going to be their product, your product. And that's how you can get a sale. Okay? So find out what their goals are, find out why they're not achieving their goals or what's stopping them. Find out if they're even looking for a solution. Okay? If they have a problem, they might be, totally fucked, but they just don't even care. They're just not even aware of that they could be a solution. And they might not even want a solution, though. They might just enjoy their misery or whatever they are. People are weird. But you just want to find out if they're looking for a solution. All right. And then you might even ask them, have they ever tried something like your product, something like your solution in the past? That's a great conversation, because if they've already had an absolutely terrible experience with something that was similar to yours, you can basically you can use that and handle that objection. You can be like, oh yeah, I agree, that company sucks. We don't do anything like that. We do this, this, and this instead, so that you can differentiate yourself from that kind of business or whatever. And then you can ask them, do they even want help? It's a great question to ask. Do you want help with that? And they might say yes, or they might ghost you. You never know. Okay, and then we want qualifying questions. Okay, and again, we said this before. So I want you to get so good in the DMs that you can literally sell without getting on a phone call. Like, the phone call is great for people that have no idea who you are, way to show that you're intelligent, but there's a lot of companies out there where if you're putting out great content, you can literally just sell in the DMs, even high ticket stuff. People are busy. People like to text. People like to message. And sometimes people will just buy shit on the internet. People are used to it. I always try and push them on a sales call just because that's just kind of how I do. All right. But you want them to qualify themselves, because the other thing that we need to talk about is there's going to be customers that have buying power, and there's going to be customers that don't have any buying power, and there's going to be customers that maybe someday have buying power. Okay, so we want to steer most of our focus on the people that have buying power. Okay, so you want to find out their goals. You want to find out their financial situation, if possible. If you find that you just keep getting ghosted because you keep asking people, how much money they make, then maybe that's not the best avenue to take. But if you'll get replies, and the best way to do this is, instead of just asking them how much money do you make, because that's like a personal question, like that would just be really fucking weird over a Facebook Messenger. You ask them, so what are your financial goals? Or like, what are you trying to achieve? And sometimes they'll tell you, oh, I want to make, 10,000 a month, 100,000 a month, whatever it is. And then you can ask, well, how far away from that are you right now? And that'll give you an idea how much money they're making, what their situation kind of looks like. And then you can help them by helping them get to that goal, right? And you're going to sell a transformation. So first you want to find out what their goal is. And then you're going to pitch basically, hey, here's the transformation that I have for you. Next thing, and it's just time to close basically, The thing that I didn't quite mention is that focus on the buyers. Okay, so you want to start a ton of conversations, and you want to narrow it down and focus on the people that seem like they have buying power. I mean, conversate with as many people as possible, but focus on that. Okay, so invite people to be part. All right, these are the best practices for closing, as opposed to basically just dropping the price. That's not necessarily the best way to do it. But if you actually invite them, right? So you've asked them what their goals are. You found their pain points. And now you're saying, look, you would be a great client for our product, or you would be a great customer for our product. I really would love you to take part. Can we please hop on a phone call real quick so I can tell you just a little bit more about it? Or you want to invite them to be part as opposed to sell them to be part. You want to invite them to become a member, become this great experience, okay? And you want to share your excitement. It's very easy to basically sell something if you're genuinely excited about it, okay? Another best practice is to be their guide. Be like, okay, after what you've told me, I really think that you would be a great fit for this product. Here's what you can do next. Okay, and these are the closing best practices, but be their guide, share your excitement, invite them to the party and then make it as easy as possible for them to take action. All right, if they have to go to some website, tell them to go to this website, click this button, and then boom, it'll be in your email within instantly. You want to tell them the entire process because people are stupid and people will just kind of like get distracted and things happen, okay? But walk them through the process, keep it simple. All right, and don't confuse them. Try and make it as simple as possible. What is the next step? The next step is that you book a 30-minute call on my calendar. You'll get an email confirmation, and then we will dive deeper into this, and I will start helping you with your problem. All right, and once you get to the close, the big thing is don't back down. Don't puss out for some reason. Even if they're telling you to fuck off, make them an offer. Send them a link. Send them to the call to action because you never know. People are grumpy some days, and then they'll wake up and be super excited and have been thinking about your product, or they'll want to buy it in the middle of the freaking night because you kind of explained it to them, but they didn't have really time to think about it, and then they can't sleep, and they're thinking about it, and then they want to buy, at like 2 a.m. or whatever. Like, it happens, okay? So those are some of the closing, and then this is a little bit of a tip. Follow up. Okay, did I mention follow up? But people are busy. People forget. People aren't gonna want, like, they're not like you or like other salespeople where they're just staring at their phone all day. Like, they're not as emotionally attached usually to the conversations as you are. So you just have to remember that. And you don't want to be pushy or freak out because you're not getting a reply. You mostly just want to talk to them. And also another thing is people might be broke today, but they might get paid on Friday, or they might come into some big money. So you just want to keep the conversation fresh, keep it going, and stay friendly. And then just keep following up with people, especially if you think that they're a really good candidate. You might even want to take a note somewhere or put them in a CRM that this is like a really good potential candidate. Maybe they're not going to talk today, but let's try and hit them from some other angles. All right, and then I like to follow up with jokes. You can be like, hey, Casper, you still there? The stupid jokes. GIFs, memes are really good. I always send people this little GIF of Mr. Bean looking at his clock, like kind of sad, trying to figure out what to do. Or you can give them value. Be like, oh, I just put out this really good piece of content that is really valuable probably for your type of business. I'd like to share it with you. And then that's just a good way to keep the conversation going and stay in the loop. Another one is just events and updates. So if you come out with a new course or it's a holiday or something, you can be like, hey, I just wanted to wish you a happy 4th of July. Or, hey, we finally put together this brand new segment of our newsletter just for people like you, and I'd like to share it with you. Hope you're doing good. Just kind of keep it light, keep it fresh, and Facebook is just another inbox. They'll get that little red notification. They'll see your name. They might go back to your profile. They might click your call to action then. You never know. People are very, very emotionally driven to buy things. Sometimes they're not with it. Sometimes they're distracted. And then other times they're on fire. They want it right now. And if they don't respond, again, don't be pushy. Just take a break and try again later. Keep hitting up with an update. Be like, hey, I want to just keep this fresh. That's kind of old, but like I said, add value, add humor, add gifts. Say that you'd be excited to talk to them again. You miss them, or you need their help. That's it. Appreciate you watching. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. And there's another video where I take a deep dive on how to create your own script so that you can, copy and paste and just make this very, very easy for you to convert people and start selling the DMs. All right, peace.